And if you, hello everybody, this is Coach Armand and of Simple Freedom, and we're just simply having our team hangout for Operation Popcorn. This is number three. Yes, this is number three. So as you pay attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth, I just want you to get a pen and paper. We're going to drop some nuggets for Operation Popcorn, and we're going to celebrate a couple of people. But I want to go ahead and just come out and say one thing a little bit about me is that I found this opportunity about 4 or 5 months back. I got a call from Franco. I joined on the 9th, immediately went ahead, became D3, I think, in the first couple of days or so. And I sat around and I evaluated the company for 2 months, 2.5 months. I then picked up the page. I said, I'm going to go ahead and rock and roll with this. And I actually really had to be honest with you and frank, I had a little bit of an ego and thought I was going to cakewalk to the next level of leadership, which is F3. Half did it, started working 2 weeks after the fact, got down to the wire, and guess what? Looked up, had created some momentum, but was not a F3 at that time. And that just means, and you're on the team, so you know what this means, that just means a 600 club. So I vowed right then and there, through that challenge that I had faced, that I would never let that happen again. I was going to be prepared, and I was going to put my head down and go to work. So I did that the following month. Second month of really working this, did hit the 600 club, and I'm so excited about that. But what I'm really excited about is it's not about the 600 club. It's about D3s. Basically, you get your 3 and you're free, because without that, nothing else happens. So that's what this focus of this mastermind is. It's about Operation Popcorn. We're in day 79 of our 90-day countdown, our 90K and 90-day blitz that we're doing here. Income disclaimer, you can find it on one of our websites. But with that being said, I want to introduce somebody who has brought me to the table here. She's somebody that helps me tremendously, a mastermind buddy of mine, phenomenal lady in the industry, has a huge team, a heart full of gold, generating some serious income. And I just want to introduce her. Queen D, can you come out and share with us any words?
Thanks, Armand. You're awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love hearing your story because it's a testament well, it's kind of like my story too, although a little different, because like same scenario where Franco hit me up and I joined up right away without any questions asked because I trust him. And I went F3 so fast I didn't even know how. But what happened with me was that I got a little bit lost in the confusion of feeling like I had to learn all this stuff in order to move forward. And I had to whack myself with a simple stick several times over the course of a couple of months to just keep it simple, like we keep teaching everybody. And that's when it really started to happen for me as well. And I reconnected with my teammates that had already been on the team, such as yourself, Armand, and started to work with my people on my team, and it really made a huge difference in my growth and my volume as well. And so I went from F3, the 600 club, to 700 club, to the 800 club, and I kind of stayed there for quite a while until I realized where my focus really needed to be, and that was on, like you said, focusing on D3 and helping my people go D3. And now I'm sitting at the $1,000 club, which is really, really exciting for me, just inches away from either hitting F4 or actually, because of the pure volume of my teammates, skipping right past that and heading right on into F5. So I'm really excited about that because it means my teammates are winning as well. So thanks for letting me share.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, what we're going to do right now is simply bring out 2 people that have, since our last hangout last Thursday, have basically gone ahead and hit the position of D3, which means they're free and they're on their way to F3. But guess what? Their focus is hitting D3. So what I like to do is just ask you all, maybe if you could tell us, your journey, maybe a little bit about what you've done in the past, how this equates to that, what you see here in the team that we have here with Simple Freedom, and I'll just go ahead and bring Rhonda. Would you like to come out first?
Sure.
Absolutely. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to bring out Rhonda. This lady is a champion, a trooper. She's somebody here that's a super doer. She definitely embodies the passion of the body work of what we have here with Simple Freedom. So she has a huge heart. I have very much respect for her and what she's doing and what she brings to the table. Rhonda, could you come out and just, we want to celebrate you. I want to personally congratulate you also along with Dee for hitting the position, the first leadership position that we have here, as well as knowing that you're getting ready to go real far with us real quick. Rhonda?
Thank you. And thank you for having me out. I appreciate it greatly. I'll tell you, there's nothing that feels better than having a whole group behind you and celebrating you. But, you know, it's not about me. It's about the team. And without this team, this accomplishment would not have been possible. You know, I've been working in network marketing for 2 years, 2.5 years, and some success, but nothing that feels as good as this, and nothing that's been sustainable. And it's all just been being hit with a simple stick, really, and following the lead of the tremendous leaders that we have in this group. So thank you. It's really all about the team.
Awesome, awesome. Dee, did you want to bring out the next guest?
I'd love to, Armand. Our next guest, who's just gone D3, is my new friend Christina Biquette from the great state of Colorado. And Christina's been with us for a couple of months now, and she's doing some tremendous things and learning some amazing things that she's actually not only learning but putting into action as well. So go ahead, Christina, share with us something about your story and how you feel about hitting D3 and what you see for the future of this team.
Well, I also appreciate all the celebration thing here that we're doing today. And I have been in network marketing online marketing for 12 years, network marketing since the since the 80s. But I've never been successful. I've made some money, but I've never done any rank advancing, and I haven't really been able to go anywhere. But the big difference here, once again, is this team. I learned a while back about following the leader, and I thought that was a great thing. Just follow your leaders. Just do that. However, in some of the other opportunities I've been in, following those leaders was kind of difficult when they're going all over the place. I mean, you're trying to do it, but it's really difficult. So when I came over here and became a part of the Simple Freedom team, it's like, wow, this is simple, and just do it and do whatever it takes, no matter if you want to or not. I mean, if you just put it out there, it comes back. And I just really appreciate all the teamwork that goes on here. There's a certain amount of proof that I've finally been able to find that teams really do what they say they're going to do, and that's what's happening here. And I am excited to be moving quickly because I finally have the opportunity to do that, and I'm ready to go.
Also, I'm going to ask you a quick question, Christina, if you don't mind. I saw you coming a million miles away because I was on a call, and I immediately could see that call had an impact on you. Would like to know, what call was it? I'm just playing the advocate here, other side of the coin. But what call did you listen to? What nuggets did you gain? And what nuggets can you give somebody who perhaps was in your situation a week or 2 weeks ago?
I believe that you're talking about the Sunday night recognition call that Ed Terranova was on. Would that be it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
He said a lot of different things, and the main thing that really hit me is at the end of the call, I believe it was, he was talking about how he himself was not able to get what he calls the P30X, touch 30 people, 30 new people a day, which is a lot of people. And he was saying he does that himself, but he hadn't been able to do it because he was up all night the night before celebrating with his family, some family milestones that had happened. And as soon as the call got finished at something like 9 o'clock at night, he was going to go do that. And that so impressed me. I've heard it before, I've heard people say it before, but for some reason to have a leader actually doing what they tell everybody else to do, it really hit home. And that day I had not done mine either. I mean, I hadn't talked to anybody hardly. And I got on and I did, for the first time ever, I did the 30X. I got on, it took me till 2 o'clock in the morning, but I did it, and I have consistently done it. Oh, the biggest thing that has driven me is, he said, if you don't, and it wasn't accusatory, it wasn't with a whip in his hands or anything, he just said, if you don't do the P30X every day, you might as well fire yourself. And that's what my mantra now. If I don't do my P30X, I got to fire myself, and there's no way I'm going to fire myself. So I get it done. I'm doing a lot better about it now. I'm not staying up quite as late as I was before, but I'm getting off on a tangent. So did I answer your question?
And so this is a hangout. It's all good. I was enjoying every word of it. Yes, but you did answer it. Rhonda, same question to you. What was it that that you can bring to the table that might help somebody that's new, maybe in the position you were a couple of weeks ago, a month ago or so? What kind of food for thought or mind food could you give somebody that's even brand new, just getting started with this right now? What could you give them?
I think the major thing is to quiet those voices in your head, for me anyway, saying, oh, you can't do this, or you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or it's too hard, or any of those type of things. Because there always seems to be that little chatter in the back of your head that wants to stop you from doing what you envision all along. A lot of that is covered in the morning mindset call. That's been tremendous help for me in beating that beast down with a simple stick.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for those words. And as we go into flow, because you brought up the Think and Grow Rich call, there's a couple things I just wanted to cover real quick, and then I'll definitely pull D out next. But first off, we do have a getting started formula, like a coaching interview, game plan interview, that's taught in Go Pro. We actually went over it last week. So if you don't understand that, if you don't know what it is, make sure you go through this book, Go Pro, or either go through the hangout from last week. You can find it in our Facebook group, and it's labeled number 2, Operation Popcorn Hangout number 2. We go through a complete workout with that, with Christina actually last week. And here she is on this hangout, and she has gone D3 this week. So some of the main things you definitely desire to have is Go Pro. Secondly, the Think and Grow Rich call, I tell my people directly that I'm partnered up with, if you're working with me, just plug into that call for 90 days, because as Rhonda was just saying, it gives you, I say it gives you the slight edge. It basically gives you the glue to stick in this game and to be able to make it through this game, because you're going to come into challenges, no doubt about it. But it's the challenge that you face and that you have the success and you plow through it that will take you to the other land, and you learn about those challenges in the Think and Grow Rich Mindset group. And it's a place that you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals that are from various different companies with the common goal of winning, the common goal of thinking and becoming wealthy, becoming rich of mind, rich of body, rich of spirit, all the above. And with that being said, I've got a gentleman that's pretty new to our team, I believe maybe a month or so, and I see so much in him This gentleman is a beast. Mark my words. I'm putting you on the spot, brother. He is a beast. I've seen him do this before. I've seen him get everything squared away and just, I mean, take off like a rocket ship. He's a gentleman I plugged into the call. I just want to ask you, Big J, you're kind of new to the team. You're on your way to the D3 status here shortly, and you've been on the Think and Grow Rich calls. How do you rate that call, and why would somebody want to get on that call? And that's the question I have for you right now.
Everybody, and well, to answer your question, Coach, you put me on a challenge. I got a month ago, 2 days ago, and then every single day, and I have not missed. It is incredible. And because I've been living this life for a while. They're great if you can get there. But 2 or 3 o'clock, and then my creative juice has been firing. But that call, I go through everything with open eyes as I thank God for a new day. The next thing, read my definite purpose, and I go through, and if you've never been on that call, I've written it and rewritten it, whittling it down. I'm actually adding to as I go, but that will change your life, no matter what you're doing, and that's what's cool about that too. Is that if you have people and you want to keep them in the loop, you can give them a gift you for giving it to them. It's amazing. You look at that call, half of it is book study, and does the book study, and then they're all over the country from all different programs. You can't mention of who you're with. I mean, in other words, what they're saying is to help others get ahead. Write that book, and you cannot make it about you or your company whatsoever, except for the fact of 1 to 10, I give it 1,000. It's amazing. And experience in network marketing, and I mean, but all humility aside, I've crushed you. Take 6 years off from that, and I'll be honest with you, you know, it's not exactly like riding a bike. For one thing, the world around us changes, the technology changes. There was no such thing as social media marketing when, not that I have heard of, when I left. It's been here. Christina says she's been online doing this for 12 years. Franco's been an dream back then. A lot of people didn't know about it, and it wasn't certainly what it is when you were really, and you were the and you're gone for a while, and you have to come back. You got to ride, and you really got to take it with the mindset of humility between those two, but that's not for this call. But we'll go back to being coachable and trainable. The perfect mindset to be coachable and act for your day. You know, you get to listen to a group doing what you're trying to, they're making a change in their life. And to know that there's a place to go to do that, and you can do it with, like I said, I've got my kids making a breakfast right at that time, and it's not recorded version. There's many times during that call where they ask you, unmute your lines, everybody come out and scream. You think if I'm crazy? Oh, I mute it and scream. Kids think I'm nuts. They're probably right. But here's the bigger thing, and people like Armand, for instance. You know, I've known him for 10 years in the past in network marketing that we had attained size and all that comes along with it, and we made a lot of money. I get back in the game. They want me to come aboard. And he had the right heart. He had the right. This about will get rich here is helping other people. Teams, you've done well, leaders on all these different conferences that we were killing it, we were crushing it, but our people weren't. And Coach Armand was half the reason why I came in, but because of some things that happened in my life, I not only burned my boats, I burned my past. I had to start over from scratch. So not only didn't I have any warm market whatsoever, and I know everybody says that, but I had a very limited warm market where I used to have, you know, tens of thousands of a warm market. So, but that call helps to get somebody who, like myself, who has had tremendous success in the past and is coming here, who's the MLM, the initial call, they're going to know that you care about them. Because that's someplace you sent them where, man, that will literally change their life, even if they haven't put an investment into yourself. And, you know, so we read the books. I've got all of them. And that's great. But I think you can grow rich call. If you haven't read the book, read the book, obviously, and practice it. Hey, I mean, man, it's just positive. You get to start off jacked for the day, but it will also change your life.
Thanks, my brother. I definitely desired to have you come out because we were listening to that Think and Grow Rich call, and they said get a buddy and mastermind with him, and you came to the top of my head, so I called you up about that, and you told me the same thing, and I really was looking early in the morning a couple of days ago at your major definite purpose as we're commissioned to do on that call, and I was just blown away. You took that major definite purpose to a whole nother level, so I honor you and I salute you for what you're doing and what you're about to accomplish here, brother. With that being said, I'd like to bring out Queen D. Queen D, if you had anything about, let me give this call out. The call gets started at 9 a.m. Think and Grow Rich call, 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. The number is 712-432-0900. The PIN is 565-762#. The recording that plays for 24 hours until the next call is up is the same number, 712-432-0990, and it's the same pound. The same PIN number, 565-762#, and that's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same as 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. With that being said, Queen D, maybe you can talk about whatever you choose to talk about, but maybe about how you can keep this game simple with a simple stick or whatever else you'd like to add. So, Queen D, I'd like to have you come out, and then I'll invite a couple other individuals out too.
Thanks, Coach. Great hearing from you, Joseph. Yeah, speaking of simple stick, this is where I think a lot of people kind of lose the plot because they get, they get lost in the details of learning a lot of things. And I understand that we have groups. We have amazing, amazing, amazing support here, like nothing I've ever seen before. I know a lot of people, when I'm talking to them, the first thing they ask me is, will there be support? Will there be training? And yes, there's a boatload of it, and we have something for everybody, from someone who is brand spanking new to somebody who has all kinds of experience, whether that experience has been, in traditional MLM or online marketing. We cover the whole gambit. But here's the thing: we have right now, our team in particular is plugged into 3 separate groups, and we do this with our new teammates by sending them a welcome email. As soon as we sign somebody up personally, then we send them a welcome email, which lets them know step by step exactly what they need to do in the first 24 hours to get plugged in, that we're going to plug them into groups. But here's the thing about the groups. The groups have a purpose. They're not meant to overwhelm you with information and have you stuck in training mode. They're there merely as options for you to decide to get better at what you already know how to do, so that you can move forward fast, get D3 fast, while at the same time learning new basic skills in order to, maybe get better online if that's what you need to do, or maybe learn more about offline marketing. But here's the thing: the message never changes. The message is always the same, right across the board, whether you're doing it online or offline. The message is the same, whether you're leading with value, which is our products, which are phenomenal, or whether you're leading with the business opportunity, the opportunity to create a residual income that will just continue to grow month after month, as long as you stay plugged in. And I understand that a lot of people are working full time, and they come home and they do this on a part-time basis. All the more reason to really stay focused, to hone in on something that you can learn how to become a master of, a simple marketing method that you can become a master at, until it's taking you a couple hours a day to do what it is you need to do to keep moving forward in this business. But inside our D3 Mastermind group, and if you don't know how to find the groups, we have a Simple Freedom Family Updates, we have a D3 Mastermind group, and we have a Wake Up Empowered group. All you need to do is type those names into the search bar on Facebook, and they will come up because you're already a member of them. Check into those groups as often as you can. If you're working full time, that should be the first place you go. Check to see what's going on. Scroll down. Don't get lost and go all ADD in there and get lost in the information. But scroll through them. Wake Up Empowered. Scroll to see what John Chapman's posted that day. Scroll to see what Franco's posted, or George Breyer, or any of the other leaders in there that are daily dropping nuggets in there for actionable steps to take, and also to remind everybody to just keep it simple. Our Simple Freedom Family Updates focuses on the Facebook hustle, just like Wake Up Empowered, only their perspective, their focus is on value. They lead with value. They lead with the products. So that's just another option for sharing exactly the same message. And in our D3 group, all we're focused on is showing people how to get set up quickly, get their 3 people quickly, to celebrate anybody who comes D3, and to keep them focused on that getting started process and getting their new members set up properly. So their responsibilities as someone who's personally sponsoring somewhere. In the file sections in our D3 Mastermind group, there are 3 items. There's your major definite purpose outline. There's how to go D3 fast, and there's your welcome email, an updated welcome email that you'll send to your new enrollees. And that's all there is, and that's all you need to focus on, especially if you're brand spanking new to this sort of thing and you really don't know much about online marketing. And then learn as you go along, little baby steps. You eat the elephant one bite at a time, because it's pretty big. So that's what I got to share. Stay focused, keep it simple, talk to people, reach out to people.
Awesome, awesome. You definitely read my mind. That's what I had, what I was thinking, and what I had on the table also myself too. And I just want to say one thing that I heard Ed Terranova say last weekend on the Sunday night call, and Franco actually too. They talked about plugging in. Plug in. We've got calls, hangouts, Mondays, Tuesdays, every other Wednesday with Simple Freedom. We have these every week, Thursday. Think we have a product training call on Friday, but you can find that in the file section in the Wake Up Empowered. But make yourself plug into the information, so therefore you start to learn it, and as you learn it, when you're connected with individuals, it will start to come out of you because you've already put it in you. Now, with that being said, about plugging in, there's one thing I was reading today on GoPro. I'm just digesting that and absorbing it so that I can become a better leader and a better marketer. But there was something stated here, and I've got it written down. It said, in network marketing, it doesn't matter what works. It only matters what duplicates. And I did a video about that today. And I quickly want to share is that if I could go out and I could sponsor 5,000 people, but yet if I line 15 or 20 people up and they can't do the same thing, yes, it works. I can sponsor a lot of people, but it does not duplicate. And if it doesn't duplicate, you're going to find yourself in a job working 8 to faint in your network marketing business like a hamster on a treadmill. So think about this. In network marketing, it doesn't matter what works. It matters what duplicates. It matters that can the new person get up and running and do a couple of simple steps that Dee just talked about. If you do that coaching call with them, see what they're looking to generate, match that with how much time they have. But I won't go into last week's training. Right now, I'd just like to go ahead and bring out this gentleman out of San Diego. He's definitely a leader. It's a pleasure to have him on the team. I've worked with him in the past in a previous company, and I met this gentleman just out at a Verizon store, and we started connecting. He was an awesome salesperson there, and I'm very kind of cautious. I don't just willy-nilly talk to people about my business. You definitely have to impress me, and he impressed me. This young gentleman impressed me, and as I continue to get to know him, his lovely wife, his beautiful kids, I'm just more impressed. He himself, they popped D3 last week. He was not able to get on, so Terrence, if you could kind of briefly share with us, maybe over the course of 5 or 6 minutes, what you see here, why you joined the team, and anything that you can give a new person that was in your situation, a week or 2 weeks ago before you got free, you got your 3 and got free. With no other further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to who I call Mr. T, Mr. Ragland, Terrence Ragland.
What's going on, Coach? All right. Can you hear me?
Freaking rocking.
All right. So yeah, actually, the number one thing I can actually tell somebody who's just getting started for the first time is this right here. Is to pick up this book right here. It changed my life. And what's so funny is that, especially while we're all trying to go out and chase after D3, I think the biggest thing about it is that everybody has that new hire fire. You want to go out and start your business and go out there and be excited. But, when I picked up GoPro, this is actually what changed my my life as far as the business. Me and my wife, we ordered the book, and literally once I read page 6, I couldn't put the book down. I actually read the book over the course of about 4.5 hours. I stayed up from about midnight to about 4:30 in the morning. And I think what changed my perspective of this business is actually page 81. And as you can tell, we've been highlighting through this book. And the first question that kind of stood out is how important it is to follow up with the people that you introduce any opportunity to. And, the question that changed my business and changed my life is to ask your prospect right here on page number 81 is what's, and that actually became my favorite lesson that kind of led to, us actually popping D3 convince somebody on the opportunity that we have ahead of us based on our own perceptions. Any opportunity you present, everyone's going to have something different that they take away from it. somebody could see the exact same story from 7 different perspectives, and when they reaccount for the story, they'll give you 7 different answers. And so what I realized is that when I ask somebody what do they like best about what they've seen, then they'll let me know what's important to them. You know, and that's actually what kind of led us to popping D3 as fast as we did, is making the business and making the opportunity more about them than it was about us. And, you know, the greatest reason why I came on this team actually was because of Coach. You know, Coach Armand actually taught us the value of making this this journey about people. You know, you have to put people first. And the thing that I've learned is that if you help enough people get what they want, eventually it'll turn into people trying to assist you with getting what you want. You know, and so that was the reason why me and my wife came on board this team, and the reason why we grew so quick. You know, is really just keeping everything simple. You know, being able to be coachable, as the gentleman said earlier. Phone call is being on that early morning phone call, getting your mind right, and being coachable. So that was really the big thing. So I don't want to be on here for too long, Coach, but definitely I'll tell everybody, if you're just getting started to the team, first thing you want to do is be coachable. Second thing you want to do, get a copy of this book. It'll change your life. And the third thing you want to do is make your opportunity about helping other people accomplish what they want, and lead with the question, what did you like best?
Rock star.
All right, Coach.
That's it. Definitely, man. It's funny because I was reading a book today, and one of the things that it was talking about was basically asking people, you know, how much of your time, like closing questions, how much of your time could you commit to this? What type of income would you like to generate for this? How many months would you put into this to generate the income, as you're gauging where your prospect is? And all we simply are doing with that closing question is taking it to, well, if you could generate X numbers of dollars by spending X number of time and taking X number of month, would you be ready to get started? And taking it from there, and just gauging, even after we expose them to the information, simply gauging on a scale of 1 to 3. 1, you're ready to get started, and these are just sound bites. 1, you're ready to get started. 2, you have some questions before getting started. 3, this is not for you because I'm not psychic. Where are you at? Well, I'm a number 2. Okay, what would it take to bring you to a number 1? Oh, well, I want to know more about the compensation plan. Awesome. Let me expose and direct them as a traffic cop to the compensation plan. I don't tell them about the compensation plan. I show them where to go, where they can find the compensation plan. And as it states in GoPro, which is a phenomenal book, it's going to take on average 4 to 6 exposures, meaning taking somebody to an 8-minute video, taking somebody to the video with the page with 4 videos on it, taking somebody to the One Finance, taking somebody to a 12-minute or 14-minute sizzle call, taking somebody to a hangout just like this, taking somebody to a Tuesday TNT hangout, taking them to a Wednesday team hangout. It's going to take 4 to 6 exposures of you educating that person before they're probably going to say they're ready to get started. So we're not here to close. We're here to educate people and expose the information to them and find out just where they are. They might require a 3-way at that time. If you do the job correctly, you'll find out the 3 ways will get less and less as we duplicate the success we're having here. Now, with that being said, next off, I want to bring out a pal of mine, man. We go way back. We go back to some times with Jeffrey Combs, some personal one-on-one, just some breakthroughs. This gentleman is out of the East Coast. We've been connected for a while, even though we lost connection for a little bit of time, but we picked up the phone and connected right back. Maybe he might want to go into that with you. This gentleman is himself a D3. He's free, and he's quickly approaching the F3 position. So with that being said, Action, just want you to come out. I know how you take the cookies from up high and you put them down low. Maybe what you've seen from this in the next 5 or 6 minutes, if you can kind of give us what you've seen while you're here and some food for thought or some mind food for the people, the new person, the person looking to hit D3, or the person that has just done D3.
Absolutely, man. I just want to give it back to the team and to you, Coach. just for just being there, and just actually just sticking in the game, because I want you to help everybody understand. New, you just taking a look at it for the first time, you are connected or will be connected to this team, Simple Freedom Team. I'm connected to Franco and Dee and all these other people that I've grown to meet here, know, and love right now, simply because I made a decision 12 years ago to actually get out of my comfort zone, and at the time, you know, to cough up $1,000 to go to an event that I believe would help me or assist me at the time, because I don't really believe in help, but assist me in moving forward. I mean, the name of the event was called Breakthroughs to Success, and I was like, I wanted to be successful. And the gentleman, his name was Jeffrey Combs, and he was a very direct individual. And so the things that he was doing and the way that he spoke to people and just the way that his mannerisms was, he came to an event that our company put on, and I just going to that event, watching him and taking a look at what he did, and I asked him a question. I think the question was like, out of all the stuff that you have or whatever the case may be, what would you say where would be the best place to start, or what would you recommend the most? And without hesitation, he said all of it. And I want you to get what that really means, because like most people who are kind of nitpicking, or should I, get this or get that, or what could I start off with a little bit, and you don't want to spend a lot of, a whole bunch. He was that confident in his information and how he delivered what he had, and the information that he actually owned within him as an individual, that all of his information was the best. Same thing here. Working with Franco, working with Coach, just working with this team. Just understand, Terrence is he just said that GoPro changed his life just by reading this book, and it's funny because that is a culmination of my 10 to 12 years in the industry. When you read that book, you're like, oh wow, this is the real blueprint, like for real. Like I learned this, but it took me 2 years to learn this. It took me another 4 years to learn this, and by the time I finally got to here, I was already 6 years in the game, and I'm psychologically unemployable, so I can't go backwards. Most of you guys are not going to get there if you do it that way. However, working with this team and this team build, you definitely can get there in a short period of time simply by feeding yourself new mind food, getting on that Think and Grow Rich call. At the time, I didn't have Think and Grow Rich. I didn't even have a Think and Grow Rich call. What we did have is these tapes. You see these tapes and CDs here? Played them 24/7 for like months. Go to sleep in them. Go to sleep with them, wake up with them, and another gentleman I really respected, Jerry D. Ryan Clark. That was his regimen. That was his regimen. So I said, shoot, I got into a bad place. I was a very positive individual. I started finding myself being super negative, and I wanted to cut that curve down. I didn't want to take 3 years of putting good stuff in to dilute the minutia. So I did it in 3 months. Because I would play those things all the time. Every day, if you're working a job or you're on the job, or if you own a business, like I own several businesses, you have a rolling library. I'm gonna give you a tip today for all the new people. I want you to feed yourself with great information. Good information gives you better information and ideas for you to be, for you to actually conjure up. Because what happens is, if you're just putting in the same kind of information, guess what's going to come out? The same old ideas. And you'll be in the same old place. So if you own a vehicle, there's your rolling library. If you go to a job and it takes you more than 30 minutes to drive there, there's your 30 minutes a day. That people say, well, I don't have 30 minutes to read. I don't have 30 minutes to do this. I don't have 30 minutes to that. I guarantee you have plenty of 30 minutes. They're just in different sections. So that's one tip for today. The thing I love about what's going on here with this team build is that if you're a strong individual in a particular skill set, while other people are learning, we can have successes like Christina, and we can have successes like Rhonda, we can have successes like Dee, we can have successes like Terrence, we can have successes like Joe. you know, we can have success like Coach, because here's the thing. I don't have 13 years of experience online marketing, but I'm working with a gentleman who does, and his heart is so in the right place. And the way that this team is building, because this is a team build, this is very different than, hey, here's a kit, read it, good luck. We don't do that here. We have a lot of support here. However, we're not going to baby you. I mean, if you came here to win, we want to win with you. So that being said, you know, if you can follow directions and if you're very coachable, a lot of people say they're coachable, but I tend to disagree. That most people say they're coachable, but I believe that they're coachable until you ask them to do something that they're not comfortable in doing, but they're coachable. So I know that Terrence is super coachable because what? He did exactly what Coach said. He got on a call. From the call, he got a book. From that book, it changed his life. I know Dee is super coachable because guess what? Even though she got a bit scatterbrained like how I can be a glutton for information, she said, whoa, 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 slow down. I got to this position. However, things are getting a little out of hand. Let me take it back and let's go back to the basics and keep it simple. It took me about 8 years to figure out that all this information and all these new techniques and strategies, and we'll get into all of that, the team stuff and all that great stuff. And then I ended up bringing everything back round circle to keeping it to the basics. And so if I can share anything with anybody today, join the team. Get started now. That's all I can tell you. And again, get what we call all in. Pay platinum. Get started. Let's get you free. And then let's get you in the 600 club. And how are we going to do that? Sticking to the basics. You know, following the 1, 2, 3 step program. Terrence laid it all out. Get on that call early in the morning, feed your mind. Have a better attitude. Guess what happens? Life seems to be better. Fill your body with better. You need some better food. You need some better mind food, but you need some better body food. Get that good food inside you. Buy that book. Go Pro. I'm telling you, that small little book is about all of this in culmination. It's really the blueprint. And then get in and take action when we're going, you know, basically we say a tide lifts all boats, and this tide is rushing. This is a tsunami with this team. What we've done over the last, now it's what, 4 or 5 months, what we're going to do over the next 90 days. So we're just looking for people who just want to hang on to the coattails and let's make it pop. So with that, Coach, I'm turning it back over to you. Did I freeze you out?
Maybe you're turning it back over to him.
Maybe. I think, look, he looks still, man.
Yeah, he's sending me a message right now, so I think he's frozen.
Okay, well, while we're waiting for Coach to come back in, I just had a couple of questions for you, Dee. Actually, you know, I know you've been in this game for quite a while. We connected in, if I'm not mistaken, we connected in. Where did we connect? We connected in Austin for the first time. Did we meet for the first time? Where did we meet for the first time? Denver.
I don't know.
I believe we met for the first time in Denver.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, Dee is crazy because she'll tell you that she's been online and she doesn't know what she's doing. But man, I can't keep up with her. She posts faster than her links on. I'm like, well, I don't know what is that. I don't know what all that is. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just following along. Here's the thing, guys. You don't got to be the sharpest tool in the shed. You just got to be able to follow the sharpest people. All right? You just got to be able to follow the sharpest people. Dee, Coach, Franco, Dawn, Tracy, John Chapman, George Breyer. You follow these guys and gals because they're taking something, and I don't want to say dumbing it down, but we're making it so entirely simple. You know, it's 3 steps. Point somebody here, they watch. Gauge where they're at. Number 2, need more information, send them here. Yeah. That's all you do. If you need assistance, hey, listen, I have questions. Hey, guess what? That's great. I'm brand new here. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not brand new, but I'm always saying I'm brand new. Let me go ahead and call somebody and get on the phone with somebody who can actually, answer your question in its entirety. And that's what we call a coaching session. We get on a coaching session, and that's as simple as it is. You leverage the team. So with that, I don't know if Coach actually can bounce back in, but I just wanted to ask you that, D, what is it that you've seen? I know you've done a lot of different things, and I know we connected. It was so funny because it's like, this is the first time I got to meet. I've been online and knowing these people for I don't know how long, but to physically meet people, that's a way different thing. And we met early on because I was at that event. But just how important these events are and just really getting to touch base with the people.
Well, that's exactly what we were going to talk about. Is that you can be online for years and really get I've heard this said so many times on Facebook that people need to get off Facebook and go get a real life and make some real friends. Well, I can tell you something that I have real friends on Facebook. I have family on Facebook. I've been connected to the Simple Freedom family since, gosh, it must be 2009. And you can get lost in a lot of information and stuff. The Simple Freedom message was what attracted me right from the beginning, because even though I've been around for a long time, I haven't had much success, although I was always determined that I would, because I believed that I needed to know a lot of things that weren't really necessary. Franco's message resonated with me. I knew there had to be a simple way to get this done. But old habits they die hard, and you talk about how you get lost in the information and overwhelmed, and then you got to talk to yourself. You got to talk to yourself and go, if I can't do this, if I'm finding this overwhelming, then people that are following me are they're gonna duplicate what I'm doing. So you got to step back and definitely keep it simple. But here's the beautiful thing about this team build. Yes, I have a big organization and growing. I have teammates that are just on fire. I have people but here's a beautiful thing. I have people in my downline that are ranked higher than I am right now, and that's beautiful to me. I think that's fantastic, because it doesn't matter what you do. You might get lost in the shuffle. Life happens sometimes. We've got family and things get in the way, and you might have to drop away. But the team still builds. I mean, like I explained earlier, just by the sheer force of the team and stepping back and keeping it simple and working and helping my teammates stay plugged in, I'm in a position now where just from the sheer force of the team and my plugging them in and working with them rather than just slamming them into a program and not really doing anything with them and keeping them plugged in, not babysitting them, no, but definitely keeping the people that I see are doing, their hearts are there, they're posting, they're doing, I can see they're following directions. Those are the people that I want to work with. Those are the people I want to attract, and it's what's working. We have a couple of live events coming up. This weekend, June 14th, New Jersey. Yes, for our East Coast people. Super Saturday. I think you're going to be there. Are you not, Anthony?
I have to work.
Oh, do you? That's too bad.
Yeah, I gotta work.
You'll feel the energy, my friend.
I got the message like a week, but that's okay. I won't miss another one. The thing is, I'm still not very close to New Jersey. I'm still about 6 hours away, but we'll be at the next one.
Awesome.
I really foresee we're going to be in Seattle. I mean, Salt Lake. Sorry, not Seattle. Salt Lake. Salt Lake, Utah. That should be a first for me. I've never ever been there. Quite honestly.
It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. So there's New Jersey this weekend, June 14th, for East Coast folks that can make it. June 21st, the following weekend, we're going to be in Carlsbad with Franco and all our West Coast peeps.
Yep.
And of course, September, I believe it's September 11th to the 13th. Salt Lake City, Utah. You can find the information about that in your back office. And live events are powerful. Live events make all the difference in the world because you get to see and hug and speak with and hang out with on the beach all these people that you've been working with for a long time online. And there's nothing more powerful than sitting around a campfire and mastermind and talking about life and